Morning, class. We're taking a look at our Monday Power Up today for lesson 17. You can start with our name at the top. Remember, for A pluses, we need to have all the facts done, all the work shown on the side with the answers in the middle, the problem solving problem of the day, and then you got to watch my lesson video to get your backside filled out. Here we go. 9 times 6 is 54. 7 times 1 is 7. 9 times 2 is 18. 10 times 10 is 100. 7 times 4 is 28. 6 times 5 is 30. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 4 is 16. 8 times 6 is 48. 6 times 3 is 18. Remember to say them out loud. 7 times 7 is 49. 4 times 3 is 12. 8 times 5 is 40. 2 times 2 is 4. 9 times 9 is 81. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 0 is 0. 9 times 7 is 63. 7 times 2 is 14. And 8 times 8 is 64. 5 times 4 is 20. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 3 is 21. 5 times 5 is 25. 8 times 7 is 56. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 8 is 72. 4 times 2 is 8. 0 times 7 is 0. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 5 is 45. 8 times 2 is 16. 6 times 4 is 24. 9 times 3 is 27. 5 times 2 is 10. 8 times 4 is 32. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 times 3 is 15. And 7 times 6 is 42. All right. You're on page 104 now in your book. It's lesson 17. A says 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Work on the side. Answer in the answer key. B. 4 times 60. I like to put the 60 on top. Put the 4 underneath. 4 times 0 is 0. And 4 times 6 is 24. 240. 4 times 600. I bet you can already guess. We have this pattern going on here. 4 times 0 is 0. And 4 times 0 is 0. And 4 times 6 is 24. 2,400. D says 5 times 8. And 5 times 8 is 40. Use your multiplication table if you need to help you solve these. Pause the video if I'm going too quickly. Now 80 is on top. 5 times 80. I like to put the 80 on top. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 8 is 40. So that was 40. This is 400. 1 extra 0. F we already know is going to be 4,000. Let's work it out though. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. And 5 times 8 is 40. 4,000. G says the string was 580 centimeters long. Odded, cut a 60 centimeter piece from one end. How much string was left of the longer piece? So we got this real long string. We cut a piece off. So we're going to subtract 580 minus 60 centimeters. 0 minus 0 is 0. 8 minus 6 is 2. 5 minus nothing is 2. And that's centimeters. H. 5 times 6 is 30. Plus 12 is 42. Minus 2 is 40. Plus 10 is 50. Minus 1 is 49. All right, problem solving problem of the day today. It says quarters, dimes, and nickels and pennies are often put into paper rolls or plastic rolls to make their value easier to identify. If you've ever been to a store and you've seen the clerk take a roll out of the drawer and then bang it a couple times and then split it apart and then push the quarters out of it, that's the paper rolls they're talking about. Quarters are put into rolls of 40. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. A quarter equals 40 per roll. And we all know that a quarter is worth 25 cents each, right? Dimes are put into rolls of 50 dimes. So we get dimes. There's 50 in a roll. Because they're skinnier, you can fit more in a roll. And we all know that dimes are worth 10 cents. One roll of quarters has the same value as how many rolls of dimes? So in other words, we got to figure out their value now. And we're going to figure out their value by taking 40 quarters times 25 cents each. So let's put 25 on top, and let's put the 40 on the bottom, and let's hang that 0 out and bring that 0 down. Now we got a little easier problem. 4 times 5 is 20, 0 carry 2, and 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. And this was cents, so you got 1, 2 decimal point. The quarters was worth $10. So if you went to the bank and you got a roll of quarters, you'd have to give them a $10 bill to get that roll of quarters. All right, what about dimes? Well, there's 50 dimes per roll, and each dime is worth 10 cents. So let's go ahead and put it like this. We cross out, bring that 0 down. 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 5 is 5. Of course, this was cents, so 1, 2 decimal point, $5. So each roll of dimes is worth $5. Even though there's more dimes, they're worth less. And each roll of quarters, even though there's less of them, 40 of them, they're worth more. $10 per roll and $5. Now what did our question say? It says one roll of quarters has the same value as how many rolls of dimes? So down at the bottom, we need, well, 5 plus 5 would equal 10. So we need 2 rolls of dimes. All right, guys, see how you have all your work in the work spot and then your answer down here. Now today we got 4 examples, and I'm going to want to do a couple of the lesson practices. So when you flip your sheet over, divide into 6. Now, to be able to do the back side of this, you have to watch the next math video, which is the lesson video. Watch that one and do the example problems on the back. Some of you guys are taking B's for no reason. Make sure you flip this over, divide it into 6, and then we're going to have our lesson next.